So we are seeing a dissection of the femoral triangle. What you are seeing is the great saphenous vein. Great saphenous vein. That is sartorius muscle. Then this is the adductor longus muscle. Coming to boundaries of the triangle, that is the medial border of adductor longus. Then that is the medial border of sartorius, and that is the apex where sartorius crosses over the adductor longus, and the inguinal ligament forms the base, and that is the femoral artery, which is colored red, and what we are seeing is the femoral vein. And when we see from the medial side, so that is the relation, that is the actual relation, femoral artery and the femoral vein. So vein is medial to the artery. Then we go to see the another content, that is the femoral nerve, and they are the femoral nerve branches. So we are seeing femoral nerve branches. There are a number of branches there. Then coming again to the medial border of, that is the medial border of adductor longus, which is forming the medial boundary. Then that is the medial border of sartorius, that is forming the lateral boundary, and where they join, they form the apex. The boundaries, floor, roof, contents of femoral triangle. It is a triangular intermuscular space. It is located in the upper 1/3 of thigh. It contains femoral vessels and femoral nerve with their branches. Boundaries. Superiorly, it forms the base, and superiorly, the base is formed by lower margin of inguinal ligament. Inferiorly, there is apex, and it is formed by sartorius muscle crossing over adductor longus superficially. Medially, it is bounded by medial border of adductor longus, and laterally it is bounded by medial border of sartorius. Roof of a femoral triangle. It has the following structures. It has skin, and deep to skin there is superficial fascia with its contents, that is great saphenous vein, then superficial circumflex iliac artery, superficial epigastric artery, superficial external pudendal artery, lymph vessels, which are passing from superficial inguinal lymph nodes to deep inguinal lymph nodes. Then coming to nerves, we have medial cutaneous nerve of thigh, then lateral femoral cutaneous nerve of thigh, and branches of ilioinguinal nerve. Apart from that, the thigh is covered by one deep fascia, that is called fascia lata, and the fascia lata will be covering the thigh in the form of a trouser. In the upper part, we can see one opening, that is called saphenous opening, and the saphenous opening is closed by cribriform fascia. Then coming to floor. Floor consists of the following structures from lateral to medial, and it is made up of muscle. So starting from iliacus, then psoas major muscle, then pectineus muscle, and the middlemost is adductor longus muscle. So these muscles, 4 muscles, form the floor of the femoral triangle, that is iliacus, psoas, pectineus, and erector longus. Then coming to contents, they are divided into two, that is, contents which are in the femoral sheath and contents which are outside the sheath. So first we will discuss contents in the femoral sheath. So femoral sheath is divided into three compartments, that is lateral compartment, intermediate compartment and middle compartment. So first we'll start with the lateralmost compartment. It contains femoral artery and the femoral branch of genitofemoral nerve. In the intermediate compartment, we have femoral vein, and in the middlemost compartment, it contains areolar tissue, lymph vessels, and one node that is called as Clockwitz node. Then coming to contents which are outside the femoral sheath. So coming to contents outside the femoral sheath, we have arteries, and the arteries are deep external pudendal artery, then profunda femoris and its branches. And the branches of profunda femoris are medial and lateral circumflex femoral arteries. Coming to veins, we have femoral vein and the long saphenous vein. And coming to nerves, we have nerves, that is femoral nerve branches. Then coming to applied anatomy of femoral triangle, this is mostly used in coronary angiogram. In coronary angiogram, mostly the femoral artery is used as site of entry. And coming to other applied aspect, femoral vein is also used for administering IV medications centrally. Then we go to important nerves and vessels of anterior thigh. First we'll start with femoral artery. Femoral artery is the continuation of external iliac artery. That is, the femoral artery begins deep to inguinal ligament as continuation of external iliac artery. And coming to termination, it terminates, the femoral artery terminates at the hiatus of adductor magnus, which is in the adductor magnus muscle, by becoming popliteal artery. Then we have one structure called as mid-inguinal point. So what is mid-inguinal point? It is midway between anterior superior iliac spine and pubic symphysis. It is midway between anterior superior iliac spine and pubic symphysis. And the femoral artery is felt at the mid-inguinal point. Then coming to course of femoral artery, after entering into thigh, that is deep to inguinal ligament, first it is in the lateral compartment femoral sheath, then it will be running over muscles, that is psoas, pectineus, erector longus muscles, and it descends through the adductor canal. After that, it emerges or enters the back of thigh by passing through the adductor magnus muscle, where it becomes popliteal artery. Coming to branches of femoral artery, there are some superficial branches, and coming to superficial branches, we have superficial epigastric artery. Then we have superficial circumflex iliac artery. Then superficial external pudendal artery. Superficial epigastric artery will go towards the umbilicus. Superficial circumflex iliac artery will go towards anterior superior iliac spine. Then superficial external pudendal artery will go towards external genitalia. Then coming to deep branches. So we have one deep femoral artery. This artery is also called profunda femoris. The profunda femoris arises from the deep side of the femoral artery, it arises within the femoral triangle. And the profunda femoris is the largest branch given by femoral artery. This profunda femoris in turn will give branches, and they are named as medial and lateral circumflex arteries, and it also gives 3 perforating arteries, and it itself becomes the 4th perforating artery. Coming to deep branches. So deep branch is descending branch, descending genicular. This artery arises in the adductor canal when the femoral artery is passing through adductor canal. The branch of the descending genicular, that is called saphenous branch, runs with the saphenous nerve. Then applied aspect, that is in femoral angiography, is done to see profunda femoris and its 3 perforating arteries, and also the medial and lateral femoral circumflex arteries. Then we come to femoral nerve. It is the terminal branch of lumbar plexus. It arises from ventral rami of L2 to L4. It descends through the substance of psoas major muscle. After emerging from the muscle, it runs on iliopsoas muscle. It then passes behind the inguinal ligament to enter the femoral triangle. It divides into superficial and deep branches in the femoral triangle. Superficial branches of femoral nerve. One is lateral musculocutaneous nerve. This nerve innervates sartorius muscle and skin of anterior thigh. The second one is the medial musculocutaneous nerve. This nerve supplies to pectineus muscle and skin of medial thigh. Then we have deep branches, and the deep branches are saphenous nerve and branches to quadriceps muscles. The quadriceps muscles include rectus femoris, vastus lateralis, vastus medialis, and vastus intermedius. The muscles of quadriceps muscle include rectus femoris, vastus lateralis, vastus medialis, and vastus intermedius. Saphenous nerve. The saphenous nerve is sensory. It supplies skin of the medial leg as far as medial malleolus. In the thigh, that is in the adductor canal, it descends with nerve to vastus medialis. Thank you.